Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's excited for a brand new week, all the possibilities that it might bring and what might happen. I got a lot to do this week, but it's going to be a good one. Anyhow, I want to get right into it today. Let's talk about the raw food diet, healing, and detox. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so you can come back and see more content. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Healing and detox, healing and detox. These are two words I have probably heard more than any other two words over the past 5.5, almost 6 years doing this lifestyle. And they have their place in there. They are relevant terms. They are relevant things to talk about, but I think they're just exaggerated. They're focused on too much and they're blown way out of proportion. You know, first of all, what are you healing? Do you really have something to heal from? I see so many people listing things, like a lot of times people have almost their healing resume. Well, I've healed from this, 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 and this, and I'm kind of sitting there scratching my head going, is that really a thing? It's sort of a condition, but it's not, you can't really, it's hard to measure, whatever, blah, 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 but I don't know, it's like everybody wants to be part of the club. It's kind of cool to be able to say you healed from something. In detox, you know, you're part of the group because somebody's always detoxing. You can always kind of socialize with people by being in some sort of group and, hey, who's on the latest island? Who's on the island with me? Who's on the fast this week? You know, who's on the next juice feast? I'm on day 40. But why don't you just, here's my question. Why don't people just do what they, figure out the healing protocol for what you're doing and go ahead and do it. Do it. Get it over with instead of just dabbling in detox and healing all the time and just floating these words around all the time that obviously don't mean anything if you're still doing them. Like, why are you still having a conversation? Ask yourself, rhetorical question. Don't write any response to me down here. But if 2-3 years ago you were detoxing and talking about healing, why would you still be talking about it now? Except for there are a handful of exceptions out there. There are, I guess, conditions, diseases, illnesses that can be a little trickier and not quite as linear to heal from, to detox. You know, like some of the autoimmune disorders and Lyme disease, just a couple that come to mind. That, from what I understand, and I don't have either, so haven't looked into them very much, but sometimes have to be detoxed in stages, and certain conditions do take a longer time of different sort of a protocol. But for most people, like I say, no, you're getting caught up in the excitement, you're getting caught up in the frenzy when you're coming into this lifestyle new. You hear everybody else. I mean, and hey, you know, that's fair enough. When you hear you're new to it, you don't know anything about it, you're just trying to figure it all out. And every group you're going to, all you're hearing all the time is detox, detox, healing, 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 detox, detox, blah, blah, blah. The body is always detoxing. It's always detoxing itself. Now, when we get out of the body's way and don't put so much garbage in there, the body will tend to speed up that detox. And also, too, it's just a little side note, that's what most of this healing and detox is. It's not about any magic food, any superfood, or there's nothing specific that you need to be eating. There's a lot of specific things you need to take out of your diet. And that's where the healing comes in. The food doesn't heal. We don't heal each other. Our body just naturally heals when we get out of the way and when we remove those obstacles that allow the body to do what it was designed to do. By nature, by God, by the universe, by whatever you want to talk about it. But like I say, you come into this lifestyle and you hear it, you see, it's kind of monkey see, monkey do. And I got kind of caught up in that for a while, although I never really did many of the detoxes. I didn't do any. I just kind of like, oh, I think I'm going to do one of those. I was always going to, but it just didn't resonate enough. But, you know, if you really got something to heal, I think, you know, like I say, I don't fool around with that word. Healing's a big word to me. Healing is a very big word to me. Like if I really had something to heal, like if I had cancer, and we're talking do not pass go, do not collect $200. If I had something serious that really needed healing, Wouldn't be no transition, wouldn't be no baby steps, wouldn't be any, well, let's work my way up to it. There wouldn't be any, let's be gentle and love myself. I would go straight to the specific protocol that I believed through reason, through, you know, reading a little bit, educating myself, taking advice from people I respected. I would go straight to the top. I'd go straight to the top. Hell, I'd be Googling that healing pyramid. Sometimes play with the words a little bit because it can come up different. Maybe you even need to put healing vegan pyramid or just healing pyramid. Click on the images and see ones that'll come up. You work your way up the line. You know, you're going from eating just this, and I can't remember all the different progressions, but you're going from, you know, now you're just eating all raw. Then you go to just fruits and greens. Then you're just having fruit. Then you're just doing juice fast. Then you're just doing water fast. Then you're doing dry fast. And now you're talking about you're up at the top. You don't do these things a long time, but these are serious things for serious conditions. And that's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be dabbling around. I mean, you know, number one, I don't have the patience for it. I want to get things, sometimes, and that can be a negative about me, is I just want things, I want to make things happen. It's not so much I have unrealistic expectations, I just don't like to waste time. And, you know, when it comes to something like your health, you know, from point A to point B in the least amount of time possible, a direct, straight line. But, you know, this thing is a hobby. It's distracting. It's distracting. It's a reductionism to a large extent. Listen, our body, like I say, listen to me, our body is always detoxing. Take some of these specifics out of it. You know, instead of constantly running around asking all these detailed questions, trying to break it down in every detail, it's like holistic versus reductionism. If you just start from this base, and then you can fill in holes later, if you just start from this big base of like, eat fruits and vegetables, keep it low fat, cut out the oils, you know, don't use that much salt, maybe don't use any salt. So many of you out there just don't believe how much benefit comes. Like, you want that quick, you want that exciting, you want that feast, you want to see something, bam, pop immediately. You just don't understand the power of doing this lifestyle consistency over a long period of time. If you feel like you need to do that kind of stuff, and I think there's validity to it, and somebody tell me if I'm wrong, John Rose. I don't watch much of his stuff. I'm not terribly familiar with his ways and his protocols. I don't necessarily do that much like him, but I do respect a lot of what he says. Now, for the people that believe in all the cleansing and the juicing and whatever, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that John Rose recommends that in the beginning, okay, maybe you're not ready. I think he has a protocol where people do some sort of a big juice feast. I don't know how long it is or whatever. That's irrelevant. But he has this thing, okay, you're beginning, you're coming to this lifestyle. You do this one big juice feast to cleanse yourself out. And then you go on to eating from there. Okay, if you need to do that, do that. Do your juice feast in the beginning. Get that stuff cleaned out, and then learn how to eat. Learn how to eat and live abundantly on this lifestyle without, like I did that video this last week about the gimmicks and the back and forth. I know it's more fun, and you marking off days, and you probably feel a little kind of weird, like woo-woo, so it feels like something's happening when you're doing a detox or a feast or something like that. But the real cleansing comes over consistency. The real healing and cleansing comes over time, over doing it over and over and over and over, day after day after day. Our body moves along. It just keeps getting cleaner. It keeps getting cleaner. All this is telling me is the people that is this never-ending cleansing and detox and feasting and fasting is unsustainable. People are too caught up in it. They're doing it too often, and they're just yo-yoing, bounce back and forth. And the reason they need to keep doing it is when they get off that they're so pious and they're so pleased with themselves when they're telling you how they completed their 30, 40, 60-day juice feast, and then they're eating something ungodly that I wouldn't even remotely consider eating 6 months later. Well, that's why you have to keep, Pookie, that's why you got to keep going back and forth. And that's why you've done 18 juice fasts. Like, why has anybody done double digit of juice fast or whatever? Unless it just makes you feel a little good. Now, when I get into that, like if we're just talking a shorter period or whatever, like, oh hell, doing like a little 3-day just to give your body a break from the solid food, you know, doing it every once in a while, that's great. But what I'm talking about is this, like, oh, I need to do this for my healing. I need to do this for my detox. You know, just steady, solid is where it's at in this lifestyle. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a lot of videos where I'm down in Costa Rica, and I want to get, when I really get back into my element and I'm having everything that I want and I'm plugged back into the vitamin D, I want to do a lot of stuff. I want to do a lot of stuff up close where you can see my eyes, where you can see the clarity and the cleanliness in me, and I don't do this stuff. It just comes through. That's why I like to preach this simple message: fruits and vegetables, whole plant-based foods. I don't like to get complicated with it. I don't like to get down and break, okay, and let's add this herb in here. We need this much of this, and if we need this much ratio of greens to this, and let's put enough of this in there. That's alchemy. That's like double boiling trouble, like the witches that are mixing stuff. This is a simple, natural lifestyle, and I just like to keep it like our relatives do, the gorilla. Gorilla I love to grab big chunks of fruit and eat them, and I feel great. I feel happy. I feel healthy all the time. I'm full of energy, and except for one water fast that I did behind bars when I didn't really know what I was doing, never done any feast and fast. That's it. That's the only thing I've ever done. Never done a juice fast in my life. I've done a lot of mono mealing. I'll tell you what, you don't believe eating can clean your body, but try doing a long period of mono meal eating. And I don't mean you have to eat just one fruit for 3 months, but go through a period. I tell you what, take a month or two sometime and pick only 4 fruits and eat nothing but those 4 fruits for like a month or two and see how you feel. But the point being is, I'm just kind of going everywhere now. The point being is if you need to heal, do it. Do it. Figure out the best protocol to heal, the quickest protocol to heal, and get on it and do it. Take it seriously, because this is your body, this is your life. But don't get caught up in this continual cycle, or you'll be there 2 years from now. I'm going to be feeling good. I'll probably be down there again full time 2 years from now, God willing. Truck doesn't hit me. You know, I'm still walking this planet, and I'll be doing good. And there'll still be some of the people that right today, there's somebody today that won't like this video, and they'll be doing it, and they'll still be detoxing, talking about detoxing, talking about healing 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So anyhow, it's your choice. Just eat some fruits and vegetables, people. It's simple as that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.